Mortgage payment was $1,151. After my first year living in that house, they raised my mortgage to $1,579. The fuck?
My mortgage went up $1,000 and I am not okay.
My mortgage has gone up another $200.
Buying a house sounds interesting until you are stuck with a mortgage you cannot afford. I have seen too many people fall into that trap, especially with new construction homes. If you are thinking about buying a house now or later in the future, or you know someone that wants to buy a house, then you need to watch this video.
I can pack up the house and give it back to you. You can have it. If you own a newly constructed home or you're buying a newly constructed home, stay here. So tell me how I signed a document with all the documents signed, your payment 1907, and you signed 1 million documents. Now a year later, they hit me up in February talking about your payment is $34.50. I bet it ain't. I bet it's not. So the first year when you buy your home, your newly constructed home, they're only charging you for the taxes, the property taxes on the land, the raw land. Well, the land was only worth $60,000. Well, now that the house has been put on it and now there's a development around you, that land this year is worth $110,000 and they put a 400 and something, almost $500,000 house on top. So now your taxes are going to go to correct. So now your mortgage is going to increase. Now, when they done tell you got a fixed rate, you got a fixed payment and all, they not explaining to you that the property taxes will increase that payment. My payment went up to $34.50. How? Because I can pack up the house and give it back to you. You can have it. So they send a little letter. I called because with this letter, don't send no letter when you talking about my money. I called a lady. The lady basically telling me, yeah, somebody should have told you that. They didn't tell me, ma'am. And that's another thing. Your realtors, some realtors, they gonna comment. I tell my clients that was your realtor's fault. That was your okay, but we not here for that. I'm here for the people that if y'all have experienced this or if y'all about to experience this because it's y'all first house in y'all newly constructed home. The taxes is not right. Pay extra. Pay extra. Let me tell you how crazy it was, because when I signed the paperwork, they said your payment, like the lender was, my loan originator was like, your payment gonna be $24.07, but when we got to the paperwork, it was $19.07. So then I said, hey, it's supposed to be 24. You said nine. He said, no, don't even worry about it. That I always overbid. So when you get here, I can give you good news. And I'm over here giving him brownie points, sending him edible arrangements and shit. And nigga, you knew it was supposed to be $2,400 because the taxes. You didn't say that. So now I'm paying $19.07, happy as hell, paying $19.07, and then the next year come in, and I gotta pay because the escrow didn't have no money. They done paid the taxes for me, sir. Lender, I didn't ask you to pay the tax. Don't pay the taxes on my behalf. You better call me and tell me my escrow was low. So they done paid the taxes. Now they talking about I owe them $34.50 a month for the next 3 years, or I can come out of my pocket 17, 18. We is struggling. The county, the city, the states, America is down.
My mortgage went up $1,000 and I am not okay. So let me tell you guys, for the longest time, people be screaming from the hilltop, home ownership is not it. Like, don't rush. And I will just be like, I don't understand it because I'm literally chilling, like cheaper than rent. I was bamboozled. So let me tell y'all what they do not tell y'all about real estate. So they do an analysis every year from, at least with the mortgage that I got, right? And so they did an analysis and basically my mortgage increased by $1,000. And I asked them why. And they were like, something about my house is a new build. And so I guess they charged me for the taxes when it was just the land for 2 years. Then after year 2, they add the taxes with the house actually on it. And they were like, yeah, your builder is supposed to tell you. They didn't. They didn't. And so I asked them, can I sell the house? And they were like, there's no equity in it. You guys see me smiling, but come next month, I'm literally going to be in tears because $1,000 extra a month, I legit want to move back home and live with my parents. But I don't have that option. I'm sick. I'm sick. Honestly, don't buy a house if you're single. Buy a house when there's 2 incomes coming in because, baby, you gonna need it.
My mortgage has gone up another $200. So over the last 3 years, my mortgage continues to increase $200. So over the last 3 years, my mortgage has gone up $600. And it's shocking. It is very shocking because I don't feel like people talk about this. Like, people are all, often glamorizing home ownership, but not really talking about the reality of home ownership in today's economy. So not only has my mortgage gone up, my HOA continues to increase every year. And it's just all shocking. It is all shocking because I feel like it's not spoken about. Like, I live in South Florida, and so I guess this is something I'm gonna have to get used to because everything is sky high here. The property taxes are high, the cost of living is high, and so I guess it's something that I need to prepare for every year because it's just expensive to live here. But a lot of times when you think that you're buying a house, you think that you're going to have this set rate and that you're good and you won't have to you won't experience any increases like you would if you were renting. But reality check, you will experience some increases, especially depending on where you live at. So I just wanted to make this video to bring awareness around the situation that your mortgage payment can and will increase. And that if you are thinking about buying a house, like, make sure you go into the process being fully informed and aware of what you are signing up for.
Okay, so here's something they will not tell you when you buy a house, or at least they didn't tell me, and now I'm salty. So when I first bought my house, my mortgage payment was $1,151. After my first year living in that house, they raised my mortgage to $1,579. The fuck? I thought I was tripping. That is a $428 increase. I was under the impression that my mortgage payment would literally never change, but I was wrong. So here's what happened, and I'm going to use example numbers. So let's say there's a house and the value of that house is $20,000. Because the value of the house is so low, that means that the property taxes are also going to be significantly low. So let's just say the property taxes are only $500 per year. Okay, now let's say an investor comes in and rehabs the entire house, puts everything brand new into the house, boom. Now it's a beautiful home. And now the value of that house is $150,000. Okay, now because the value of the house went up, that means that the property taxes are also going to go up. So now the property taxes are $2,000 per year instead of $500. And this is what they did not tell me. The fuck? So basically, I believe it's every single year they come and do an assessment of your house. And they say, what's the value of this house from last year to this year? And if your property has increased in value, they are going to increase your taxes. Now, I am highly upset with the people who, my mortgage lender and my realtor, for not explaining this to me. And the reason why I'm so upset is because I would have been okay with that if they would have explained that to me and I was ready and prepared. But no, I just got a bill in the mail and it said a $428 increase due in 2 months. I believe the issue is a lot of the times, especially when it comes to young people and first-time home buyers, realtors and mortgage lender, whoever you're dealing with, they don't want to give you all the information up front because they just want to make the sale. They just want to make money. And I believe that is so unethical because now I don't even want to work with you. Like, just tell me so I know and I'm prepared.
I bought a house when I was 26 and fell immediately into poverty. Okay, when I lived with my parents, I was living my best luxury lifestyle. I went to South Korea, bought a 2000 plane ticket, didn't even blink twice. I went shopping, luxury goods, all that. Was traveling, was just, I was living it up. I felt rich. I had no bills. And I had a full-time 9-to-5 job. I was working as a nurse, okay? I was killing it. I bought my own house. That first mortgage payment came in and I was like, oh, this is a situation. But at first you think you can handle it, right? Like, what's a couple thou? What's a couple thou? I got it. But then The pipes in my 80-year-old home broke immediately as soon as I bought the house. Wiped out my savings. Then another pipe in a different area of the house broke. Okay, I'm struggling. Okay, I need help. Then my neighbor's pipe, it was a twin house, her pipe broke. And she didn't believe that her pipe broke, but her pipe broke on my side of the house. So all of that water that was coming down was spraying into my home. And then my water heater broke. When I tell y'all, I went from living in the lap of luxury to destitute immediately. Now, don't get me to fooling y'all, because it was worth it in the long run, because that house is now worth like 2 times what it was worth then. So I'm actually doing pretty good. But at the time, when I tell you I was struggling, I had to go to my parents every other day for dinner because your girl could not feed herself.
Buying a new construction home might look like a smart move, but if you're not asking the right questions or reading the fine print, it could cost you way more than you think. I am not saying don't buy a new home, but make sure you really know what you are signing up for, because too many people find out the hard way. So if you find this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And make sure to drop a comment if you had an experience, whether good or bad, with buying a new home.